Hello, beautiful people. My name is Kristen. Thank you for stopping by my channel today. I am going to be opening my what was supposed to be January box for the year of Sanderson, and this has been my anticipated go-to. I have not opened it. I have not seen the book. I have seen pictures of it and I have seen some other people holding it up, but I am looking forward to getting my hands on his Secret Project #1 book. And then I'll talk about it because it is so late. I got it April 10th when it was originally scheduled for January, and I could not wait any longer, so I downloaded the audio and have listened to it. So I will give a review shortly. But inside we have the little pen. Let me take it out of, this is Vin. She's the main character in Mistborn. Very cute. And I also have learned through this process that as much as I think this stuff, the extra stuff is cute, I really shouldn't have gotten it. It doesn't, I like it, but it's not like adding the joy to my life that I thought it would. So in retrospect, and for all future purposes, the hardback onlys will be great because it's the books. It's the books, y'all, that I am just like so excited about. But here's a Tress sticker and a bookmark and the Hoyd World Hopper. I guess you could use this as a bookmark too. And this is the same beautiful artwork that was on the mouse pad. And here it is. So let me see if I can take the shrink wrap off without hurting it. So, Tress and the Emerald Sea is the title of the first secret book project. This book is fantastic. I give it 5 stars. I think most people, from what I've seen of the reviews, have loved this book. There's a few that are kind of meh or in the middle of the road. It is basically, it's not a retelling, but it is inspired by The Princess Bride. He had showed that movie to his family, and I believe it was his wife who said, gosh, you know, what would it have been like if Buttercup had been more involved in actually going after Wesley instead of just being so passive? And he's like, aha. And so he wrote this during the pandemic in secret for his wife. And he did not actually intend at the beginning to even publish it, to even give it to the public. But his wife loved it so much, she's like, you have to share this with the world. So it is the story of, it has a lot of piracy and adventuring and a lot of humor, just like the Princess Bride movie, which if you're not familiar with that movie, you should totally look it up. It is the story of a farm boy who falls in love with a girl who basically she's not wealthy, but she's beautiful. So the king sets his eyes on her and wants to make her his queen, but really he wants the people to love her because he's going to do away with her and frame the neighboring countries to start a war. So he doesn't really love her or whatever, but this, farm boy who has gone off, he does. And so it's that quest, and it's got so many great one-liners. And this book, which I'm still struggling, I was trying to do it quietly, but we'll just rip it. Oh yeah, this is beautiful. The foiling, it's not puffy, but it's just like really seriously good quality. Oh, that's pretty. So Tress has an obsession with cups. She is a girl on a different planet who is on a rock island, and the sea is actually not water, but spores. And these spores can do all different kinds of things. And mostly they are very frightfully dangerous though. And you want to be very careful, and you have to, stay where you're at, or go through a bunch of kind of quests to try to get anywhere in this world. And Tress is very comfortable with being where she's at in the lot of life, but she falls in love with a boy who disappears. And so, unlike the Princess Bride, the girl sits on the quest to go rescue the boy. And it is lovely. It is delightful. I laughed out loud. I thought it was great characters, really fun kind of moral dilemmas put forth, and I love the mythology behind it. I loved the ending. I thought it was so cute, and just totally enjoyed my ride with this. 5 stars. Now, I didn't want to wait for the second book, so I downloaded the audio of the second book, which is the Frugal Wizard's Handbook to Medieval England. This is the only one not set in his Cosmere universe. It's completely off script, completely different. He just wanted to try something without any parameters or pressures. And when it's a story, let me tell you a little bit about it. There's a story of basically kind of has the feel, I think he was inspired by Andy Weir's The Project Hail Mary, where the main protagonist male wakes up, he doesn't remember his name, who he is, what's going on, what his quest is, and he starts piecing it together, and it's a foreign kind of universe where things are somewhat similar but different time periods, slightly different properties, doesn't know what's going on, puts it all together, and has this kind of adventuring of rediscovering his self-identity and then what's going on. And then there's something, of course, underhanded going on that he has to, that he realizes that he's been brought into, that he put himself into this position to try to fix and not necessarily save the entire universe, but save the situation. So I have to say, if I'm honest, out of all the Brandon Sanderson I have read, this is my least favorite. I appreciate that he did something different, that he got to explore an idea that he loved and really went off of that. I appreciate, that I read it, but it's a 2.5 star. It's like, it's okay. I would not recommend this necessarily, certainly not as a place to start with Brandon Sanderson, but it probably has its audience that loves it or whatnot. But that's my thoughts and reviews on that one. Now, I also read number 3 in the Mistborn Era 2, his Bands of Mourning, and I will go ahead and poke fun at myself because I thought that the bands were like groups of people, like a band of people, and the mourning was like sadness, like we were in mourning. So I'm all prepared, like emotionally, that some main character is going to die, at least in this book, or, no, we're talking about like wristbands of metal that have properties, and the bad guys are after them and the good guys are after them, and it's a quest and it's adventurous. And there was some dark twists. There was some dark plot twists that I was like, ooh, yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. So this story continues to intrigue. There is a final concluding one that I bought it on pre-release, and I've had it for months now. Yeah, got it before everybody in the public, and then I still haven't read it. So I will be reading that next month to finish this off, but it's basically, a magic system, Wild Wild West kind of feel. Really, really good. Now, the last book that I read by Sanderson was The Emperor's Soul. This is one of his very first novellas, and again, I think this is 4.5 stars, bordering 5 star, really fun, standalone, little short book. It would be great to pick this up as an easy, quick read to see if you just like his writing style. It's the story of a woman who can basically craft or forge through some magical properties, different works of art, different kind of designs of things, and she gets commissioned to artwork piece together, rebuild the emperor ruler's soul, because he has been attacked and near death, and we know right at the beginning that they believe that she has the power to put together, reconstruct and heal his soul if she's given enough pieces to his life to put them together so that nobody would know that he had actually been mortally wounded. So that is the premise of it, but it is kind of cool, like thinking about wrestling with some of those things, like what is the essence of ourself, and where is the line of life and death, and how does this play into, you know, the political aspects of power and those things, and what does she actually want out of this, because she herself is in peril, and does she want to take opportunities to save herself, or is she now invested in this project, or what? How is that gonna, you know, live out? And she comes across a couple other characters that are beautiful and well developed, and the dialogue and the philosophy and the ending is spot on. And this was absolutely, you know, a fantastic little short Brandon Sanderson. I know some people also aren't huge fans of this one, but I endorse it. I say it's great. So those are my Brandon Sanderson's. Also, as a little bonus, I had to order something off of Amazon, and so I did that while the shipping's free. I went ahead and picked up another penguin cloth bound. So if you're here for books, here's a bonus for you. Isn't this beautiful? So this is The Turn of the Screw by Henry James, and I wanted to read this before I read Ruth Ware's Turn of the Key, because she was inspired by this book, but I haven't read this book. And it comes in the beautiful penguin cloth bound that I wanted. And this, not only did I get the free shipping, but it was like 20% off. So it's like, it was just like meant to be. So I will be reading that hopefully sometime in the near future, and then I can get my hands on the Ruth Ware book that is inspired by that. So there are some recommendations, or not, for Sanderson. You get to see it with me. I am absolutely just totally in love with the beautiful. There's the spore emerald green sea and the beautiful book that is Tress. So this will become one of my probably favorite books that I will own, and green is my favorite color. So there you have it. Thank you for tuning in. If you've read these and want to leave a non-spoiler comment in the comment section, I would love to have a chat with you there. Y'all have a beautiful day. Take care.